What's going on, YouTube? We're back today with a sports talk episode. We missed Friday because there's not a whole lot going on in sports right now. NBA's on the All-Star break. NHL, you only got 2 games a week. Baseball doesn't start, the regular season doesn't start till the end of March. Even spring training doesn't start till, catchers and pitchers report this week. And games don't start till, I don't know when games start. End of February, maybe? Beginning of March, somewhere in there. Football's over. So there's not a whole lot going on right now. This is a little bit of news. Golf is going on, but there's not really a whole lot going on there. Really, the big thing going on this weekend has been NHL and the All-Star game, which wasn't. There's no defense in the All-Star game, so I watched it, though. But let's start off with the Washington Capitals. The Caps, since I've been gone, they played, how many games did they play? Played a few games. It's the last time I made a sports talk. Let's go over them. They played today and yesterday. And then I think they played Thursday night. Was it Wednesday night? Let's see. Yeah, they played Wednesday night against San Jose. That was a big game. They won 5-4 in overtime. Finally, Holtby came up big. Today, Jason Peters finally came up with a big win. They won 5-3 against the Ducks for the second time this season. And he finally did not give up 4 goals, which was surprising. But he still gave up 3. That's a lot. Kind of not happy about that. And then we lost Saturday 3-1 against LA, which I thought we could have won that game. I didn't watch it. I forgot they were playing. It got too late for me. I've been sick, so I didn't watch that game. But I watched parts of this Anaheim game tonight. OV had a good game. 2 goals, 2 assists. He had 4 points. He had 4 points, and we had 5 goals, so it's a good night. They have Pittsburgh coming up. That's a big game. Rival game on Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. Then they have Winnipeg. Finally, we come back home on Thursday at 7 o'clock. So 2 big games this week. The Wizards, let's get into the NBA now. The Wizards don't play until, I believe, Friday against Cleveland, if I remember that correctly. Who do they play? They play Cleveland Friday on ESPN. And then they play Sunday. So I won't even talk about those games until next episode. So that's not going to... So there's nothing to really talk about the Wizards. Let's talk about the All-Star game, I guess. It's the only thing in the NBA going on. It's been going on. Russell Westbrook, he had a good game. 41 points. 1 point shy from the All-Star game record. Doesn't really mean a whole lot because you don't play defense and they leave guys open. But 41 points is still a lot, even in an All-Star game. It was the most points I do believe ever scored in an All-Star game. 163 for the West, 158 for the Eastern Conference. And that's pretty much it. There's not much analyzing you can do about it. It was just 3-point shooting contest and dunk contest pretty much, which you could have watched Saturday night if you want to watch that. I'll talk about that last. Let's talk about some NFL news, or just news in general for sports that's been going on. First, let's start off with Le'Veon Bell facing 2-game suspension from last year's marijuana possession charge. So that's a big deal for the Steelers. It's their best running back. Tiger Woods taking a indefinite leave from golf. It's a lot to work on from his game after his glutes were acting up. Josh McCown. This is big. Josh McCown, who was signed last season and was supposed to make $5 million in 2015, released by Tampa Bay. So now Tampa Bay figured they made a big mistake. Josh McCown didn't show anything last year. Made a big mistake signing him. That's cap space they're going to have to eat. Marshawn Lynch possibly retiring, and don't think it's going to happen. Peyton Manning has officially said he is mentally and physically ready to play in 2015 for the Broncos, so he is coming back. Good news for football fans who like him, like me. And that's it. So now the last thing I want to talk about is draft is the first week of May. The scouting combine's coming up, I think, next weekend, I do believe. So let's talk about what should the Washington Redskins do with their 5th overall pick. For me, I believe they should trade it away. People think Marcus Mariota is going to be a good quarterback in the NFL. I don't see that. I think Jameis Winston will be too. I don't see that either. Jameis Winston has a lot of problems with not with his game, but off field. If he doesn't mature like Johnny Manziel, he can be the next Johnny Manziel, going to treatment, going to jail. Who knows? I don't want a quarterback that has problems off the field on my team, especially using him on the first pick. Marcus Mariota, we saw in the championship game against Ohio State, didn't play great. He's going to be going up against that type of defense in the NFL that's even tougher than Ohio State. So my idea, trade that pick to the Eagles. I don't care if they're in the division. You can get players out of the pick. You can get more draft picks and a player like Darren Sproles, LaShawn McCoy, someone from the offensive line that you might need. I don't care. Trade with someone who wants a quarterback and will give you an offensive line player, another, like a Darren Sproles, another third down running back when Alfred Morris needs a breathe and can catch. Darren Sproles, perfect for you. And you get draft picks out of it, or give it to someone else who might need a quarterback and has some like offensive line or safeties to help you, because that's what you need. I don't see Jameis Winston being a good. I don't see him being a great quarterback. I don't see anyone out of this draft class right now being the next great quarterback. I just don't see it. If Barrett came out, I think JT. What's the guy from Ohio State's name? If he came out, I would say go with him. He looks like he's gonna be a good quarterback. But Marcus Mariota, he didn't show me anything against Ohio. Cardell Jones, that's his name. If Cardell Jones came out, he would be a great. He's big. He's like Cam Newton. If he came out, that's a quarterback you want. JT Barrett was his backup. Even him, he was still played great too. Either of those quarterbacks come out, I think they would be better than Jameis Winston or Marcus Mariota. I feel like Jameis Winston's going to be better than Marcus Mariota. Mariota, to me, just doesn't seem like he will have the skills in the NFL. It's going to be totally different in the NFL. He's going to have to make good decisions. He can't trust his legs like he could in college. It's faster, quicker. It's like Johnny Manziel. When he got to the big leagues, he found that he couldn't scramble and do all the Johnny Manziel-esque things that he used to do. He got sacked. He spun around, he got sacked. He fumbled. I feel like that's what's going to happen to Mariota, and he will not be a great quarterback, and that's why the Redskins should trade to whoever wants him, get a lot for him, like you did with Robert Griffin III, like the Rams did with Robert. Do the same thing. And get a whole bunch for him. Get players that you need. And that's going to do it for this episode of Sports Talk. I will be back, if not Friday, a week from today, I will be back with another episode. Stay tuned. Do work.